What's happening, my fellow geeks and geekettes? Welcome to a brand new and very special episode of Cosplay Chris. Now today, I am joined via Skype by my good buddy Cam. Cam, say hello, mate.
How's it going, guys?
Cam is an amazing prop maker, he's an artist, he's all of the above. This guy is a talent bag. This is the man that actually hooked me up with those amazing looking flintlocks, the blunderbuss, and that beautiful rapier sword. And as you guys have probably seen in the background of some of my latest videos, you probably noticed this beautiful looking lightsaber. Well, Cam has done it once again and hooked me up with this beautiful looking replica of Luke Skywalker's lightsaber from Star Wars A New Hope. So I thought we'd do something different today. I want to talk about prop making, like the hardcore prop making. Cam knows the history of the original screen use prop, whether it be this one or Alec Guinness's screen use lightsaber. So like I've mentioned in previous videos about prop making, to me prop making is about taking, parts that already exist in the world, putting them together and making something absolutely extraordinary and iconic. Perfect example of something iconic is a lightsaber. So Cam, without further ado, take it away. Talk us through the history from design right up to the iconic lightsaber that we see here today.
So originally the people in charge, which were the main guy that built the lightsabers you see today, was John Steers, and they had a bunch of different ideas for the lightsaber, which you can actually see on original posters, which didn't look much more than an ice cream cone. So John Steers was tasked to having a play with different things to create props. As you know, it was a budget movie, so different things, different expenses, things like that. But John just put together using a Graflex flash gun from old vintage cameras, which were mainly carried by reporters back in the day, and just chucked it together with covered T-tracks. He used the Graflex clamp itself, he used a bubble strip card from a vintage calculator, a D-ring for the bottom, but hasn't been actually identified as what D-ring was used. You can find all this stuff through the RPF, and they're pretty onto that stuff. So being on a budget and small things like that, he just put it together with bits and pieces he had, and George Lucas fell in love with it. So it became what got me into prop building, and yeah, it's just an iconic piece.
Okay, so as Cam clearly just said, the original saber was just crudely constructed from all these existing parts. Now, Alec Guinness's Obi-Wan saber, the bottom was a tap handle, the top was a balance pipe from a Rolls-Royce jet engine, is that correct? Yeah, just standard use parts, just bits and pieces that they pieced together and become iconic props to this day. See, that's what I find fascinating. It's just that hardcore lightsaber collectors have managed to track down these original parts. And not only that, they have pissed off a lot of vintage camera collectors in the process. Now, obviously the sabers do change, like you were saying, whether it be from film to film or scene to scene. So do you just want to quickly touch on exactly what changes were made to this particular saber?
Alright, so when I constructed yours, the New Hope version was pretty much standard, but then it went to change from the T-tracks were 7 T-tracks instead of 6, which they went on to change. So the only difference between the Empire Strikes Back one was the fact that the top ear, bunny ears, that's what they're called, bunny ears, was also changed to the front as well, so they put one on the front. Same aluminium strip, depending on, again, the Skywalker Ranch version. And they just removed one grip and then replaced it with only 6 T-tracks and changed the D-ring, which was also later on edited for The Force Awakens when they replaced the front button back again with the glass eye and they removed the aluminium strip. So essentially it's the exact same as Empire Strikes Back, but they just took off the aluminium strip and the button.
Okay, sweet. So we've talked about the screen use sabers. Let's talk about this beautiful replica here, which you can get as a kit. And your replica that you have there, now where did you find all these parts and what company supplied you with them?
Well, I got my kit from a place called Park Sabers, run by Jeff Parks, who was an awesome guy. The kits, he has different varying kits, so you can have Alec Guinness lightsaber, you can have the Kylo Ren kit, the Graflex 2.0 kit, which comes with universal options, so you can vary between A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, or The Force Awakens. So you really get a good array of customizing and choice. And for that I picked up for $260 Australian, posted and tracked, which is really good, and it's definitely a lot cheaper than a genuine Graflex.
So exactly, there you go. Like a genuine Graflex flash gun will run you about $900 to $1,000, is that correct?
Yeah, and it can, $1,000 is where this sitting at the moment. I mean, if you see any that are under that, they're not on there for longer than a day. So
no, and I'm guessing the cheaper they are, the less intact they're going to be. Now, Cam, this is just a hollow prop. This is a non-functioning prop, but as you can see, the bottom does screw out, so it does allow people to put electronics and LEDs in. Do you just want to touch on exactly what people do to these things to bring them up another notch?
Yeah, well, the lightsaber comes apart in half, and it's the only difference between a genuine Graflex and a reproduction, where it actually unscrews, and a genuine Graflex will twist and you can pull it out. Specifically, Jeff Parks designed the lightsabers to have sound, have lights, so if you want to get into all that stuff, it's really good, and that's why the holes are at the bottom to relieve the sound. I believe it is an option to have a plugged bottom, so you don't have to have the holes in if you're looking for a more authentic prop. But yeah, you can go as far with it as you want. You can take it to all new levels. You've seen Crystal reveals. People will construct chassis for the inner lightsaber, which you can also get through, I believe, called Goth 3 Designs, and they 3D print steel chassis, aluminium, so crystal reveal, lights, sounds, vibration, feedback, anything like that.
Apart from just getting this beautiful piece, you can actually go in there and pimp it out and just make it absolutely extraordinary and the crowning piece of your prop collection. We've talked lightsabers, we've geeked out about lightsabers, the original parts. Let's talk about what you do, my friend, because Cam is an amazing prop maker. Now, what do you specialize in, mate?
Well, I haven't yet found out what I've specialised in, but I'm just trying to get into small props and bits and pieces. I've always liked doing, I see a prop and I'm like, I have to make it, have a good go at customising, things like that. But I built a couple bits and pieces, but just finding the foreground where I'm going to take either a business or a career. So,
mate, if it's your passion, make it a career, but never make it a job. This is the type of stuff where you have fun every day, and that's why I do this stuff, and that's why I encourage people to do it. That's why I do these tutorials, because it's all about having fun. You use your head, you use your imagination, and clearly this is a perfect example of using your imagination and parts that are readily available.
A lot of people think that, it is like a job, but it's not. I mean, it's basically a hobby, but if you have fun with it, you can go as far with it as you want.
That's exactly right, man. Well put. So thanks very much for watching, guys. This is only a short little video, but you guys were asking about this. I thought I'd partner up with Cam. We'd do a video on this. We'd geek out about lightsabers, the original parts used to make the original props, and these beautiful replicas here. So I will provide the links down below where you can get in touch with the people that make these kits, and also if you want to learn about installing the electronics. As always, thank you very much for your continuing support and watching. And until next time, geeks, please always remember,
cosplayers do it best.
All right. And see, this is where I fuck up a lot. And as you guys have probably seen, and as you guys have
He's making me fucking listen.
all right.